Professor Ashish T. Patil from Department of Mechanical Engineering, KIT's College of Engineering, Autonomous, Kolhapur. We are in the subject of Total Quality Management, and in that we are discussing the unit that is Supplier Partnership and Quality Circles. Last time we have seen the concept of supplier. Today we will continue in the same topic and we will discuss the concept of sourcing and supplier selection. Basically there are three types of supplier sourcing. The first one is sole sourcing, then multiple sourcing and single sourcing. What do we mean by sole sourcing? So sole sourcing is the use of only one supplier by the organization, and why it is made? It is actually forced to use only one supplier. This is basically because the companies might be having some important secret information related to their products. They might be seeking some patents. There are some crucial technical specifications. Sometimes there is only one raw material location by which you should collect the material or you should buy the material. Sometimes there might be only one organization which is producing the item. So all these reasons are there because of which we can adopt such kind of sourcing, that is sole sourcing. Next is multiple sourcing. Here the concept of competition comes in play, that is use of two or more suppliers for an item. If you are buying some casting, so you may approach two different parties for the same casting and you may provide the drawings to both the parties and buy the material from these parties. Basically this is because you want better and better quality, you want to reduce the cost, and you want better and better service, timeliness in delivery and so on. So these are the various reasons because of which we will proceed for multiple sourcing from a competition point of view, and the selection is based on the performance in terms of price, in terms of quality and in terms of delivery. So in sourcing you should always consider these three aspects, that is the price, quality and delivery, based on which companies try to select their suppliers. And ultimately the third concept is single sourcing, that is use of one supplier for an item when several sources are available. So there are several sources available in the market, still we want to concentrate only on one supplier. So this is because we want to develop a long-term partnering relationship, so that a trustworthiness should be developed between both the parties, that is buying party as well as the supplying party, and this will obviously get benefited by the supplier as well as by the buying organization on long term basis. Suppliers are selected based on their performance in terms of cost. The first and foremost consideration should be cost. So usually the buying organizations prefer to reduce the cost, so they will initially negotiate with the suppliers based on the cost aspects and the quality aspects. Again, any buying organization will always ask the supplying parties related to their reliability in delivery of goods. Again, they will seek for the management compatibility, whether their management will be having the capability to produce the required number of quantities with the actually required quality, and based on that the suppliers are selected. Again, goal congruence plays very vital role. The buying organization always see whether their goals are matching with the suppliers. So there should be the harmony in matching the goals. Again, the strategic direction of the supplier firm, whether the supplier firm is a growing organization, whether they will think in a win-win situation kind of way. So these are various ways rather by which the suppliers are selected. Now when you are selecting the supplier, there are various stages by which you select the supplier. The first stage is survey stage. So as the name says, that is surveying, where you will go through various catalogs for surveying kind of thing, various advertisements, various brochures, and based on those documents you will try to draw up a list of suppliers for further investigation. Now once you identified list of suppliers, then you will proceed through next stage, that is inquiry stage, where a detailed analysis is made after obtaining the required information. And here a standard inquiry form are sent to vendors and they are asked to fill out all the details, requested to fill out all the information. If required, you may go for a plant visit also to see the actual setup of your supplier. Then the vendors present, customers are also inquired. If you want, you can just go to their supply with the other parties where they are supplying the material, and you can ask them regarding the quality, performance or promptness in delivery point of view. Then the third stage is negotiation and selection stage, where the unsatisfactory vendors get dropped during the previous stage, that is inquiry stage, and those who are remaining, these vendors are called for the direct negotiations. Now the terms and conditions like payment terms, discounts, what discount they will offer, then the supplying procedures, quality parameters, control procedures, quality control procedures rather, all terms and conditions are discussed in this stage, and the final list of approved vendors is then drawn up. Then next stage is experience stage, where the performance of the supplier, now the supplier is now supplying you continuously, and based on his or her supply they are evaluated on the basis of quality products they are providing and the promptness in delivery. Based on that, history card is also maintained for every vendor. What exactly this history card has, rather it has dates of supply of materials by vendor, inspection details, procedure adopted, then the acceptance details and so on. And those vendors who are having frequent rejections are then finally dropped out from the list, and those vendors who are responsible for late deliveries, they are reviewed, they are informed rather, and they are usually provided some time to have some development, to have some betterment in their delivery aspect, and then they are reviewed further. Once you have selected the supplier, next aspect is supplier certification. You need to have supplier certification. So that is the next step to supplier selection, and it starts only after the supplier begins shipment of the product to organization. That means the supplier has to start delivering the goods to the organization. What are various benefits you will get from supplier certification? The first one is elimination of receiving inspection, that is supplier, if you consider supplier as your partner, they will prepare the products or goods, the parts for your organization. All the care related to quality will be taken care by the supplier itself, and the aspects like receiving inspection will get eliminated then, and you will get the direct parts which you can directly use for assembly purpose, and which will allow the supplier to ship the stock directly. Again, there will be another benefit, that is creation of a customer supplier partnership. There will be reduced number of suppliers, which will reduce the overhead costs, because if you have a specific single supplier on which you are trusting, and if they are supplying you the products with consistent quality and good delivery aspects, then definitely you will not think about other suppliers, and it will indirectly reduce your overhead costs also of tackling those various suppliers. So with this, let us pause the video and try to answer this question. I hope you have tried to answer this question. We will stop here, and in next unit or in next lecture we will see further concepts related to supplier and quality. Thank you.